You know, there was a time when learning a new language meant dusty books, textbooks, cassette tapes, and maybe, just maybe, a pen pal you wrote at once a month and prayed they write back. But look at us now. We're living in a world where you can wake up, scroll through your feed, and learn five new phrases before you've even brushed your teeth. Welcome to language learning through social media, a revolution that's changing everything. I'm your host, Mike, and today we're diving deep, really deep, into how platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, Facebook, Reddit, and even Discord are not just entertainment hubs, but powerful, unpredictable, and constantly evolving learning ecosystems. So, as I usually say, please sit down comfortable, grab your headphones, your AirPods, grab your tea, your coffee, your cha, and let's get started. Woo!
Let's go!
Let's start with something obvious but worth dissecting. Social media is immersive. It doesn't ask you to sit down and study, it pulls you in. When you follow a language learning creator, you're not just consuming a post, you're joining a world. You're hearing their voice, absorbing their accent, picking up on the facial expressions, and slowly, almost passively, training your brain to understand the rhythm and melody of a new language. But here's where it gets interesting. This learning is often unintentional. It's incidental learning. You didn't go in trying to master the subjunctive mood in Spanish. But 5 minutes later, you somehow know how to use it. Platform breakdown, strengths and styles. Let's take a walk through the platforms and break them down one by one. Let's start with Instagram. Perfect for visual learners. Stories, reels, carousels, each format offers a quick hit of vocab, slang, or grammar. You've got creators like at Polyglot Pal or French with Vincent who decide bite-sized lessons with colorful visuals and memorable hooks. It's ideal for micro-learning. But Instagram is also great for building a routine. Daily reminders, word of the day reels, polls that test your grammar instinct. It blends education with entertainment in a way that's oddly addictive. Let's go with the next one. TikTok. Now, this one's fascinating. TikTok has turned everyday learners into creators. You'll find teachers, yes, but you'll also find students sharing what they learned today. The democratization has created an explosion of relatability. Mistakes, accent, funny fails, it all builds community. There's also something called algorithmic immersion. Once you engage with a few language learning videos, the app begins feeding you more and more in that target language. Suddenly, you're in a mini immersion bubble, passively hearing Japanese, Italian, Korean all day long. Now, let's jump to the next one, our third platform, YouTube. Yes, still the heavyweight champion of long-form learning. It's where you'll find deep grammar explanations, pronunciation drills, immersion vlogs, and structured playlists that mimic a full course completely. But what makes YouTube powerful is that it bridges passive and active learning. You can watch, pause, repeat, shadow, comment. Creators like Linguisticator, Spanish with Paul, or Speak Korean like a native don't just teach. They build ecosystems. Think free resources, PDF downloads, community chats, and more. Now, our fourth platform, X, formerly known as Twitter. X is your language learning journal, stream of consciousness style, quick vocab threads, language learning motivation, polyglot quotes, hashtag challenges like hashtag #LangChallenge2025. It's less about structured teaching and more about micro-reflection. What did you learn today? What mistake did you make and how did you correct it? It's raw, honest, and real time. And for many learners, that transparency is refreshing and motivating. Now, let's jump to the next one. Reddit and Discord. The nerdy heart of language learning online. On Reddit, subreddits like r/language learning, r/French, r/Korean provide deep dives, debates, resources, rants, success stories, and meme-filled laugh. Discord servers are live chat rooms, 24/7 global classrooms. You can hop into a French conversation practice channel at 3 a.m. or ask a grammar question and get 5 answers in minutes. This is where community learning becomes incredibly powerful. Microlearning and memes. They matter more than you think. Don't roll your eyes at memes. A meme that shows the difference between ser and star with a SpongeBob template? That's linguistic gold. It's humorous, memorable, and most importantly, it's sticky. That's what memory experts call semantic hooks. Humor and visuals lock information into your brain in ways traditional study can't. Same with audio memes, TikTok sounds that go, "Did you just say, je suis fatigué?" You hear it 10 times. You laugh, you mimic, and boom, you remember it forever. Influencers, native speakers, and the parasocial effect. Let's talk about something subtle but profound. The parasocial connection. You're learning from someone you feel like you know. Their expressions, their tone, their goofy dance moves, their coffee mug. This emotional attachment makes the content and the language stick harder. But here's the best part. Many influencers share their own struggles. They post about burnout, about forgetting vocab, or about bombing their language exam. This vulnerability makes you realize, oh, it's not just me. That's powerful. That's called community. That's learning by belonging. Cognitive science behind social media learning. Now, let's nerd out a little. Social media taps into cognitive principles that traditional education often neglects. Let's start with spaced repetition. Reels and posts resurface. You scroll past the same phrase days apart. Voila! Spaced review. Next one, contextualization. You're not just seeing a word, you're seeing it in a skit, in a real convo, in a meme that creates mental hooks. Another one, active recall. Quizzes, polls, common challenges, they prompt you to think. Even pausing to answer a TikTok quiz count as active recall. And next one, interleaving. You go from grammar post to vocab meme to cultural reel to pronunciation drill all in 5 minutes. That mix actually boosts retention. The dangers and pitfalls. Now, let's be honest. It's not all sunshine and subtitles. Inaccuracy we have here. Anyone can post language content. That doesn't mean it's correct. Or overwhelming. There's a flood of content. Learners often don't know what to trust, or where to start. Or sometimes you might feel like you're learning a lot, but passive scrolling isn't the same as productive study. That's called shallow learning. Or when you're just watching perfect speakers can make you feel small. Remember, social media shows the highlight reel, not the bloopers. That's called comparison spiral. How to use social media strategically. Okay, here are some actionable tips to turn social media into a real learning tool. First, follow 5 creators in your target language. Include at least one native speaker. Second, engage. That means comment. Try to write in the target language. Third, save post. Make folders. Vocab, grammar, idioms, culture. Fourth, shadow audio. Use voiceover reels for pronunciation practice. Fifth, set limits. 20-minute scrolls followed by 5 minutes of journaling or active practice. And sixth, create. Yes, even if you're a beginner, make a word of the day, like a story. Talk to the camera. It's scary, but growth lives there. In the end, language is about people, alright? Social media, when you use it well, brings people together. That's true. You meet learners from Brazil, teachers from Egypt, polyglots from Korea, and friends from across the globe. You don't just learn their language, you learn with them. You laugh together, fail together, celebrate tiny wins together, and slowly the foreign becomes familiar. So, is social media friend or foe? It's both. It's a distraction and a goldmine. It's shallow and powerful. It's chaotic and beautiful. But one thing's for sure. When wielded with intention, social media becomes one of the most dynamic, engaging, and human ways to learn a new language in our modern age. And remember, at the end of the scroll, beyond the filters and trends, there's a world waiting to speak with you. In your target language, in their own voice. So go ahead. Follow, like, scroll, but also listen, connect, and speak. Until next time, keep speaking, keep exploring, and keep growing.